I've got a handwritten note, a box of cookies, and one of the best looking micro brands I've seen all year. Not only that, it's actually affordable. Guys, let's run the intro and let's check this stuff out. Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. So as you can see here, we've got a box. It says Swedish Fika on it, and I've actually got a note here, and the note says, "Hi Peter, grab a coffee and enjoy some Swedish Fika. Looking forward to your review, Johan." Wow, guys, this company, maybe they're trying to butter me up because maybe the watch is no good. So I thought, yeah, okay, here we go. And you know what? I smashed all these. They're brilliant. I grabbed the coffee and I actually smashed them. They're exceptional. So I thought, okay, how good or how bad can this watch be? So tell you what, guys, the watch is exceptional. The watch is fantastic, and not without its flaws. It's got some flaws, and if you saw the pop up there where it says paid promotion, this is a pre-production model, guys. They've sent it out for the channel for review. We're going to send it back, but they're going to send me a production version as soon as it's ready. And I tell you what, guys, it needs a couple of changes that I can see, but let's get stuck into it. Let's put these aside. We've already eaten these. Guys, these are brilliant. If you can access these anywhere in the world, they're fantastic. They're a cookie, the vanilla sort of taste, really nice, really nice. And I actually emailed them as soon as they sent me this and said, you know, Johan, look, thank you very much. Send me some more. Send me some more, because these were great. These were great. But let's get on to the watch, guys. This is what we're here for, and it's not an unboxing. I've already been wearing this for the whole week, and I just want to share with you guys how good this is, or how good. And there are a couple of things, like I said, that I want changed. As you can see here, there's this is going to be basically available for pre-order, and they're basically going to come with a Tropic strap, the watch with a bracelet, plus a NATO. So there's quite a few things in here. I've just sized up the bracelet. As you can see, I've been wearing it all week. So this is what we're here for, guys. It is the Tuseno. This is, like I said, it's the prototype. It's called a Shellback. It's not their first watch. They've actually got quite a few watches that they've made, and this one here is, I think, their fourth one. But I tell you what, they know what they're doing. They really know what they're doing, especially as far as quality finishing. It's really well made. And one of the first things that I've been experiencing on the wrist is just how well this watch is made. It's really good. It's really top level. So, but let's get into its specs first, and I'll show you guys what we have. So basically, we have a case diameter of 39 millimeters. The bezel itself I measure at 39.7. The case height comes in at exactly 13 mil to the top of that double dome sapphire crystal, and the lug to lug distance is 47 mil. But in saying that, if you notice that the end links on this particular watch, they are male, so that does extend it out to 53.8, but they will be changing that in the production model to female end links. So that should cater for a lot more versatility and a lot more wrists. And that's one of the things that I've been sort of wearing during the week, and I'm thinking, gee, it's just a little bit big in that department. But guys, no fear, that's going to change. Now, it's a Swiss-made watch. It features a Ronda Meccano caliber R150, and it has a 40-hour power reserve. It's been running healthily. It's been running really great on the time graph. I've had it on the wrist, like I said, all week. So, but I'm really impressed at what I'm seeing. It is such a nice look coming off that high gloss dial. It's got a sandwich dial, and as you can see, the markers, the indices, they look sunken, but with a beautifully framed in silver. And I tell you what, guys, copious amounts of Swiss Superluminova BGW9. This thing is a torch. It's a flashlight. So it's a no nonsense. They've not cut corners on this watch. I can tell you what, from the finishing, the quality, they've really not cut corners. They're not trying to butter me up. The watch is good. You know, here we go. This was not to butter me up. This was just a thank you, you know. And I tell you what, guys, this thing here is fantastic. This thing here is brilliant. So, but it's not without its flaws, which I think a few things need to be addressed in the production model, and I hope they hear the review, because I'm speaking from genuineness, and I really would like this to see these things change. So first and foremost, let's have a look at this bezel. We have a ceramic insert, the high gloss ceramic, which I really like. It's lume filled, which is fantastic as well. So, but the action on it, I feel, it's very stiff. It is really stiff. So, you know, I'm holding the watch in the hand and it's extremely firm. There's zero back play, which is fantastic. It's accurate and precise, but it's just too stiff. And the reason I say that is because on my wrist, when I was wearing this during the week, it's such a difficult experience to move. It's that difficult. So, but they have been saying they will be experimenting with different types of springs, you know, when it comes to the actual bezel, different spring tensions. I hope that's one thing that they do address, because it's just a shame. It's so accurate. There's zero back play, but it lines up. Everything's spot on. It's just too stiff. So that's one of my gripes. The dial itself is a high gloss on this particular version. I think there's a blue version, and this is the black. The black is obviously, as you can see, high gloss. The blue one is a brushed finish. So there's some variances there, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. I really am. I think the watch is basically exhuming quality. It's just beaming up at me. You know, there's a little bit of bling coming off this, especially with that chamfered edge there. It's picking up the light beautifully on that case. The brushing, the satin brushing is top level. It really is. It is so nicely done. The case finishing is again of top level. So you know, and we speak about different types of levels of quality finishing, and we get watches that are maybe $200 from China, you know, $500, $1,000, $1,500, and you can see as you get up in price, the brushing, the bevel, you know, obviously it's a little bit finer, nicer edging, nicer polishing. That's what you expect to see, and that's what I'm seeing here. But let's get back onto this. The bracelet, as you can see, it's a high quality bracelet. It's very, very flat and aggressive looking, and I quite like that. The end link itself, like I said, that's going to be changed to female, but it tapers basically from 20 mil all the way down to 18 mil here at the clasp. It's got a fully milled clasp, beautiful finishing quality, and it also features a diver's extension, or as some would like to say, on the fly adjustment. So I've been using that as well. It has 3 micro adjustments, as you can see in there. I've adjusted it to my wrist, but I've also, you know, throughout the day as the wrist expands and contracts, I've also been using this a little bit just to sort of bring it out one notch, just for that extra bit of expansion. But I do have a gripe with that clasp as well. It's gorgeous, its quality is very good, but as you can see, it's a little bit on the high side. It's been sitting a little bit on the high side on the wrist. I think slightly more finesse maybe would have benefited this watch, but overall the quality and the finishing, the brushing, it's wonderful. It's really, really good. And as you can see, fully milled. So a really nice experience. Now, getting back onto the watch itself, as you can see here, we've got a nice signed crown. It's a 7, I measure at 7.4 millimeters. It's beautiful to grab. We can unscrew it. There's 2 clicks, and as you can see here, we've got a non-date version of this particular watch. So there's a ghost date in here, which I don't quite like. I think it would have been nicer without that. So I don't know whether in the production model, the non-date version in the Ronda movement, they're going to have a non-ghost action in there. That'll be nice if they do. Second click, we can hack the movement. As you can see, the seconds hand has stopped. Yeah, and we can adjust the time to wherever we want, just like that, and lock that in. There's a hand winding experience, which is really nice, extremely nice resistance. I'm enjoying winding that crown, which is fantastic. And the latch down, screw down experience, locks in, nice, buttery smooth, 200 meters of water resistance. Really cool. I'm enjoying this, guys. I'm enjoying the actual quality of this watch. I think, especially coming with different types of straps, you know, this thing's in pre-order, it's going to basically offer you 3 different types of straps. It's going to come with a bracelet, as you can see, a Tropic, as well as a NATO style, and I've been wearing it on the bracelet as well as the Tropic, and I had 2 different types of experiences. I like the look on the actual bracelet. I think it's quite nice, but at the same time, there's been a little bit of discomfort from those male end links, because it does sit a little bit big, and I know that's going to get addressed, but also from that clasp. On the actual Tropic strap, as I've been wearing this, man, fantastic. All I can say is I'm really liking this. I actually caught myself saying that. When I was wearing it. Gee, I'm really enjoying this. This is really, really nice. And I thought, gee, you know, I didn't have that same experience with the bracelet. But I wanted to share that, because that's a real personal, subjective view that I think you can only experience only by having the watch on for a period of time, and that's one thing that really spoke to me. Now, if we look at the lume on this, like I said, it's Swiss Super Luminova BGW9, and I'll give you a lume shot, and that's as you can see, that's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Everything just comes alive. It's like a Christmas tree. From the bezel, the chapter ring, the markers, the hands, and those hands, we look at those hands, I really like the design of that. I really do. You know, what we've got is basically an hour hand with a circle cut out of it, and that basically goes over. I'll see if I can get a close-up. There you go. That basically goes over their logo. As you can see, shellback. There you go. So as it goes around, it goes over the logo, but it's good to be able to catch it throughout the day. You know, at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, it's just going over your branding there, which is quite nice. So I like what they've done with that. Really, really cool. The pip, you know, going up onto the pip on this particular unit, I don't think, personally, I think they could have done without. There's so much lume infilled on this thing, on that inverted triangle, which is great. I don't think they needed the pip. That's my personal aesthetics or subjective view. That's what I think, but it's there for a reason. Maybe that could have been avoided. Again, neither here nor there. So, but I'm going to run through, guys. Basically, this is going to come in at about $649 pre-order. And it's going to come with, like I said, the NATO strap as well, or NATO style, as well as the Tropic strap, which is great. And obviously after that, the retail price after pre-order is going to come up to $795. But is it worth it? Gee, there's a lot of watch here, guys. I can tell you what, there's a lot of watch, and there's a lot of very, very good looking watch. It's very sexy. The sapphire crystal is doing a great job. The AR coating, it's obviously with being a double dome, you're going to get a few reflections, but it's really nice looking. That dial, the gloss is just spectacular. It really is that nice. I'm enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. So in summing up, guys, I'll give you a rundown of the negatives and the positives. And the negatives for this watch, well, basically those end links. As you can see, they are male, and it's going to be great that they're going to be made female. But apart from that, I actually think, look, the bracelet itself, as you can see, it's flat and aggressive, and I like that. And the end links themselves, they seem to have a curvaceous nature to them, or some sort of a hump for a better word. And I think it would have been great, well, look, when they change those to male to female end links, I think it'd be great if they can follow the same flat pattern that bracelet follows, which is really cool. I think the aggressive nature would suit this watch, but again, that's a personal subjective view. The clasp itself is a negative for me, and I say, even though it's finesse, it's beautifully finished. It's really of top level quality wise, and it is comfortable. I just think it's a little bit on the chunky side. It sits a bit high. If they can address that height issue, that would be great. That's one thing. The lume pip at the top of this bezel, as you can see, the lume pip, for me, it's neither here nor there. I would have preferred it without it. There is so much Super Luminova everywhere on this watch. It really doesn't need a pip. The inverted triangle is more than sufficient, but again, I'm speaking purely on a design aesthetic point of view. I don't think it needs it, and I think it would have really modernized this watch, as it is a very modern looking piece, and I like that. The bezel itself, the spring, I think the spring is a little bit too tight for me, albeit there's no back play. It's super accurate, it lines up, but it's too stiff. It's too stiff. On the wrist, it's very hard to move. In the hand, it's hard to move. So on the wrist, it's almost impossible to move, which is a big negative. But the positives far outweigh the negatives on this particular watch. I love the look, those indices, the sandwich dial, the fact that those indices are beautifully highlighted around with a nice silver edging. They look to be sunken with filled with lume. That high gloss dial is just, the contrast is great. What I'm getting off this dial is fantastic. Those hands, yeah, that special the hour hand with a circle cut out that goes over their actual branding, really cool. I love that. I think that's a really good touch. The high gloss ceramic bezel suits the high gloss actual dial itself. I think it really plays with the light beautifully. You get bling. You get a lot of, it feels expensive, guys. The watch, the finishing, it feels premium. It really does, and I'm enjoying that. But the overall look, the footprint, thoroughly enjoyed this watch on the wrist all week. Like I said, it is a prototype, so there are some changes that will be made. Something to look out for. I think at pre-order price at $649 with a Tropic, with the NATO style strap, with the bracelet, the watch itself, really good value, really good value. So check them out, guys. I'll leave the links in the description. overall, I think a wonderful piece, you know, not without its flaws, a couple of little tweaks here and there that, you know, can really elevate it, but a really a wonderful experience. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Let me know your thoughts, let me know what you think, and we'll see you guys in the next video.